Meddlesome priest. June 3rd. When he saw Elijah, he said to him, "Is that you, you troubler of Israel?" 1 Kings 18:17. New International Version. On June 3rd, 1162, Thomas A. Becket was consecrated Archbishop of Canterbury. Becket was born around the year 1118 at Cheapside, London. At the age of 10, Becket began to receive training in civil and canon law at Merton Priory in England. When he was older, he was sent to Paris for further education. Upon returning to England, he came to the attention of Theobald, Archbishop of Canterbury, who sent him on several missions to Rome. It was also Theobald who suggested to King Henry the appointment of Becket to Lord Chancellor. The king was so fond of Becket that he even sent his son, young King Henry, to be raised in Becket's home. The king and the archbishop came into greater and greater areas of conflict. Henry was, of course, interested in expanding his influence over the church in England and weakening support from the Roman Church. King Henry gathered his bishops to ratify the Constitution of Clarendon, which would have accomplished both of his aims. Becket refused to sign it and had to flee for his life. For Becket, his loyalty to his faith superseded his loyalty to his king. After pursuing Becket for several years, the king reputedly said, "Ah, who will rid me of this meddlesome priest?" 4 knights responded and set out to rid the king of the Archbishop of Canterbury. On Tuesday, December 29th, 1170, at dusk, the knights entered Canterbury Cathedral demanding, "Where is the traitor?" Becket answered, "Here I am." No traitor, but a priest of God. The knights killed Becket inside Canterbury Cathedral, near the stairs leading up into the choir of the cathedral where the monks were chanting Vespers. A decade later, Becket was canonized as one of the saints of the Roman Catholic Church. Movies and novels enjoy the story of a principled man confronting irresistible power. Too often, from an earthly standpoint, the king and the sword win out. Let's get rid of the troublemaker by ending his life. That will be the end of the trouble. History does not verify the wisdom of this approach. Killing the troublemaker has often resulted in fanning the flames of dissent. It is particularly troublesome for those in power to be challenged by those who cannot be brought. I'll say it again. It is particularly troublesome for those in power to be challenged by those who cannot be bought by power, promotion, prestige, position, or money, like Thomas A. Becket. In the end, it is often the man of principle that wins out, even if he is not around to witness the victory. Becket's stand must have been particularly galling to King Henry VIII, since he had appointed him to his position as Chancellor of the Church. People sometimes are changed by the office they hold. Becket was loyal to the king, but as the Archbishop of Canterbury, he was challenged by a greater loyalty. The Pope was not above using the death of Becket for his own purposes. Canonizing Becket meant that Catholics had an English hero. In time, King Henry was forced to abandon the Constitution of Clarendon. The ultimate humiliation was that he had to do penance at Becket's grave. Reminds me of the quote, what did it say? "He who laughs last laughs best." The ultimate humiliation was that he, the king, had to do penance at Becket's grave. In the great chess game between the king and the Pope, the Bishop Becket was sacrificed and both sides lost. The Pope appeared to be the winner, but Henry was in a position of dominance over the Catholic Church in England, and in time took steps to remove all Catholic influence in his kingdom. Lord, guide me in standing for the right. Help me to know when to go to the mat and lay it all on the line for you. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.